Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. So this is your weekly lecture related to UPSC EPFO 2020. So this is lecture number 3 under social security schemes. We have covered very important schemes in previous 2 lectures. Every Tuesday this video comes up and we discuss some very important MCQs, and not only MCQs we discuss, we also tell you how to deal a question in the examination, and the related information to the particular scheme is also discussed here. ठीक है, तो let's move forward. I hope you know that we have launched a comprehensive course for UPSC EPFO of 2020. I will just tell you the features of the course so that if you are new here, you get to know that what all is being offered by us, by EduTap, in the course provided. So first of all, we have a full video course for the most important components: industrial laws, labor laws, social security, and general accounting. A full video course means that you will get video lectures plus PDFs, and of course you will also get some quiz to solve to practice the things you have learned. Then we have provided complete handouts for Indian freedom struggle, Indian polity, Indian economy, and sciences. So complete handouts means that you will be provided with PDFs in which you just need to go through the handouts. These are the notes which will help you to cover these components as per the requirement of the examination. Then we have also provided current affairs magazines, because current developmental issues is a topic mentioned in the syllabus catering to it. Apart from these things, we have provided 100 sectional tests, okay, catering to each component. 5 full-length tests to be provided every month, wherein you will be able to practice whatever you have learned. Then revision classes and regular live sessions will be there to guide you, to support you, to motivate you, and to take up your queries. And guys, one of the very important things, we have we have made this discount available of 15%. You have to use the coupon code early15. If you are the early birds, you are going to purchase the course of EduTap for the very first time, then this is the coupon code you have to use. If you are an old student of EduTap, then please drop a mail at hello@edutap.co.in for further discount. Okay guys, so before starting, I would like to tell you that this is the syllabus of the RT. RT is recruitment test. So I hope you've gone through the syllabus, and current events and developmental issues is a very important component. And second is, which is going to be catered in this lecture, is social security in India. So in this particular lecture, we discuss all the important schemes related to social security in India, and further we will also try to come up with the lectures here related to current events and development issues in the same series. Okay, so let's start with your lecture. Are you guys ready? Here is question number 1. See, as always, there will be 5 questions, but you don't have to focus yourself on the questions and the answer. The information being provided with the questions is very important. So the question is, what is the minimum monthly pension assured to shopkeepers, retail traders, and self-employed persons by the government of India under Pradhan Mantri Laghu Vyapari Man Dhan Yojana? So last time, if you remember, we have discussed similar schemes. So this time the scheme is related to Laghu Vyapari Yojanas. You have to tell what is the minimum assured pension which is going to be provided to the Laghu Vyaparis. This has been announced by the government. The scheme was launched in the year 2019. So exam is in 2020. We are expecting 2019 schemes to be very important. So the answer is, options are rupees 3,500, rupees 3,000, 2,500, or 4,000. See, the answer to this question, you have to be very specific. Obviously, such questions you cannot fluke if you do not know the exact answer. The answer is rupees 3,000, option B. So a minimum assured pension of rupees 3,000 is going to be provided under Pradhan Mantri Laghu Vyapari Man Dhan Yojana. It has, as I've already told you, it was launched in the year 2019, and it aims to provide a monthly minimum assured pension for the shopkeepers, retail traders, and self-employed persons. So these are basically Laghu Vyaparis. So Vyaparis, they are called as shopkeepers, traders, and self-employed persons, but a keyword is here, Laghu. So Laghu is important. How do you define who is Laghu and who is not? So that also we will cover further, okay, in the next question. So is it clear? Rupees 3,000 pension is going to be provided to Laghu Vyaparis. the persons involved in basically these are the unorganized sectors, right? Last time we covered Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan Yojana, which was catering to unorganized workers. This is not related to workers, this is related to traders. Okay. Next question. Which of the following statement is not correct regarding Pradhan Mantri Laghu Vyapari Mandhan Yojana? So not correct, as I tell you that if you miss this not, the question is gone. Because even if you know the answer, what if you have missed this not? So this has been made italic. See, since this paper is going to be in the form of pen and paper, so you have to be careful. This not is going to be italic in the examination also. So 4 options are here, 4 statements are here, you have to identify the incorrect one. It aims to provide monthly pension to shopkeepers, retail traders and self-employed persons. This now we know is correct. It is, we have seen in the previous question that this is the aim of this scheme. So this is not at all incorrect. Next says Ministry of Labour and Employment is its nodal ministry. Third says its entry age is 18 to 40 years. D says small traders with annual turnover of less than rupees 1 crore are only eligible under it. See, now its entry age is 18 to 40. This for the most of the pension schemes, the entry age is 18 to 40. So that even the person is able to contribute in it, and after attaining a particular age, that is usually of 60 years, the pension is started. So C is also correct, A is also correct. Now the glitch could be B or D. So Pradhan Mantri Laghu Vyapari Yojana this is. So option B is correct. Okay, it is Ministry of Labour and Employment, which is the nodal ministry of this scheme. Now we come to option D. So that means that takes us to option D as the incorrect option. As I told you in the previous question, Laghu is the keyword in Vyaparis. So annual turnover has been specified by the government, but it is not rupees 1 crore. So this would be the incorrect answer. Small traders with annual turnover of less than rupees 1 crore are eligible. This is not true. This amount is not rupees 1 crore. It is rather 1.5 crore. So this is what being called as Laghu Vyapari or small trader. So nodal ministry is the Ministry of Labour and Employment. This is important. Okay, eligibility is 18 to 40 years, the entry age, and the benefits to be received after attaining the age of 60 years. Laghu Vyaparis whose annual turnover does not exceed rupees 1.5 crore. So that means 1.5 crore or less than it would be considered as Laghu Vyaparis, not 1 crore. And it says that GSTN is would be required for the Vyaparis whose turnover is above rupees 40 lakhs. This is also important. And the scheme is open to Laghu Vyaparis who are self-employed, working as shop owners, retail traders, rice mill owners, oil mill owners, workshop owners, commission agents, brokers of real estate, owners of small hotels, restaurant and others. So you see that all the people who are involved in even real estate, hotel business, oil mill owners, all these are being considered as Laghu Vyaparis if their turnover does not exceed rupees 1.5 crore. Fine, they will not be Laghu if it exceeds rupees 1.5 crore. So this is another very important scheme, and these are the things, small things you have to keep in mind, because while reading the scheme you must know what question can be framed in the examination. Then only you will be able to answer it. Another important thing, following are not eligible to join the scheme. This has been explicitly given that those who are covered under NPS, which is contributed by central government, ESIC, that is Employee State Insurance Scheme, or EPFO, so Employees Provident Fund Scheme. So those who are covered under this are not eligible to join at all. And yes, apart from this, those who are income tax assessees, they are also not allowed to join. So these, the ones who are covered here, cannot join the scheme after this. Okay, I hope this is now pretty clear to you that what are the important eligibility criterions given, the nodal ministry, the launch year, all things we have covered. Moving to question 3. Now this question is also related to Laghu Vyapari scheme only. Let's see. Which of the following would administer the pension fund set up by the government of India under Pradhan Mantri Laghu Vyapari Mandhan Yojana launched in the year 2019? This is also important. If you remember in our previous lecture also, if you have not refer to the previous lectures, please go to lecture number 1 and 2. A separate playlist is there for UPSC, EPFO, social security schemes. Okay, so I was telling you that in the previous lecture also we covered such things related to a particular scheme's pension fund. So here also it is important. See, you have to tell the pension fund set up by the government would be administered by which body? RBI, NABARD, LIC or IRDA. So Pradhan Mantri Laghu Vyapari Mandhan Yojana. So pension fund cannot be administered by NABARD or RBI here. See, it's very difficult. NABARD is basically related to your rural development and refinance body. This is so RBI again not related to pension fund. So now we have only two options: LIC or IRDA. IRDA is Insurance Regulatory Development Authority. So IRDA can also be removed if you know what it is. The answer would be LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India. So this is the body which is going to administer the pension fund. And let me recall you, this is also the body responsible for the pension fund management of the Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan Yojana. So those both schemes, that one and this Vyapari Yojana, these are both related. Let's see. So government has said that it is going to establish a pension fund that will be administered by LIC, and the eligible subscriber who joins this scheme shall subscribe to this pension fund. The contribution from subscriber and the government is going to vary from rupees 55 to 200 per month. Obviously it will depend on the age, entry age 18 to 40. So the amount is going to be less if the person is entering in the category of 18 to 30, and 30 to 40 the amount would be on higher side. Central government would contribute to the pension fund in the equal amount. So whatever, if a subscriber, say a person of 20 years subscribes to this particular scheme, and he has to pay rupees 200 per month. So for each 200 contribution of rupees 200, government is also going to give rupees 200. So this is how this scheme is going to work. I hope it is very much clear to you guys. Okay, let's see. We have covered many important things. Nodal ministry eligibility, then who are not eligible we have seen. We have also seen who is going to manage the pension fund, and what is the amount to be paid by the government. These are all important things, can be asked in the examination guys. Okay, chalo, let's move to question 4. Now we are going to switch to next scheme. Union Ministry of Commerce and Industry has launched an initiative Swayat to bring key stakeholders in the Indian entrepreneurial ecosystem into government marketplace. Who among the following is or are the key stakeholders targeted under this initiative? So I'm sorry guys, this entrepreneurial word was a kind of tongue twister for me, but still, okay. And yes, one more thing, I hope there is no such noise in the background because this video is being recorded from my home. So probably there you could find some background noise. So please ignore that because of the current situation going on in the country. We are working from home. Okay, I hope you understand that. Coming back to the question, who among the following are the key stakeholders targeted under the initiative Swayat? And Swayat is related to government e-marketplace, GEM. Okay, GEM, you must have read about it, I hope. If not, don't worry, I'll tell you today. Startups, women, youth, or all of the above. So Swayat caters to whom? ABCD, 4 options are here, and the answer is option D, all of the above. I'll tell you how. Swayat stands for Startups, Women and Youth Advantage through e-transactions. I hope you are able to recall it. Swayat, sway basically if it is startup, women and youth, and e-transactions is the keyword here. So whenever e-transactions come into mind related to the procurement, GEM should come into your mind. Okay, GEM is government e-marketplace launched in the year 2016. So this Swayat has been launched by Union Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Okay, this is also important. Which ministry? In the year 2019, it has been launched with the objective of bringing together the key stakeholders within the Indian entrepreneurial ecosystem to the government e-marketplace, with a special target on startups, women and youth. And if I tell you about GEM, I'll tell you it is the National Procurement Portal of India. It's important, and it's an online market platform which was set up in 2016, and it basically facilitates the procurement of goods and services by the government ministries, departments, PSUs, etc. Let me tell you, recently Ministry of Finance has made it mandatory for all its department to procure their requirements of goods and services through GEM only. Okay, this is just an addition. I'm telling you, a kind of value addition if it is helpful. And yes, in our course, guys, if you have bought our course, Jan, Feb, March, these 3 months current affairs magazine is now available. So you can start your preparation, and in the month of May, you'll get April magazine also by 15th May. Till that time, you can cover the previous month magazines, so that you are also up to date regarding the current situations, current developments going on in the country. So GEM, coming back to GEM, it's a completely paperless, cashless and system-driven e-marketplace, and it enables the procurement of goods and services without human interference. Okay, I hope now you are able to relate GEM and Swayat together. Both of them are have been launched by Union Ministry of Commerce and Industry. With this, I've come to last question of the lecture. GEM Startup Runway Initiative has been recently launched by GEM in collaboration with which of the following? So GEM Startup Runway Initiative, this is another initiative which has been launched by GEM. You have to tell with the, whose collaboration has it been launched? Startup India, Swayat, Niti Aayog, both 1 and 2. Now, if you do not know the answer exactly, I know that you will be going with option B. But my dear friends, the answer is Startup India. Okay, and if you knew this answer, that's really nice, because GEM Startup Runway, Startup India and GEM have collaborated together to come up with this runway initiative. And why has it been launched? It has been launched to facilitate the startups which are registered with Startup India to access public procurement market and also sell the innovative products and services to the government buyers. So basically, to provide the startups which are registered under Startup India, to provide them a marketplace and to give them the buyers in the form of the government departments and ministries. So this is a kind of initiative taken by government, and if obviously if it is a success, it is a hit, then private players will also come into the picture. So this GEM Startup Runway also launched in 2019 itself. Swayat and GEM were launched all together in Feb 2019. In the same month these were launched. Okay, so it seeks to support technology development. It seeks to support research and innovation by ensuring a conducive environment for industrial diversification and value addition to the commodities. So obviously you do not need to exactly remember what is it for. You must have a fair idea that GEM Startup Runway is an initiative which has been launched by GEM in a collaboration with Startup India, so that the enterprises, the small startups which are there under Startup India, can be given a marketplace, an e-marketplace through GEM. Okay, so that's it, guys. All important things I have discussed today with you guys related to the social security schemes. These are the schemes which are related to social security, because Swayat, why was it related to social security? Women are there, startups are there, youth. So all these things are going to help them out, right? So that's it from this lecture. I will see you soon, and in case you have any query, please feel free to drop a mail at hello@edutap.co.in, and remember the coupon code early15 if you are going to buy the course. And yes, to know more about the course, visit this website www.edutap.co.in. You'll be able to download the sample material also there, so that you get to know what type of material is being provided by us. Okay, so that's it, guys. Wishing you all a very happy learning. Stay home, stay safe, and keep learning.